How's it going? There's Layers to This, Season 6, Episode 3. I'm Valerie Career, one of your co-hosts. Let's say hello to Creatress, our other host.
Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
how are
How you guys
you?
doing? Thanks for tuning in. What's going on, Val? I see you're wearing your orange.
Yes, in the Bitcoin holiday spirit. I
Yep,
see
yep.
that you've got a different room you're in today. Why don't you tell everybody where are you at right now?
I am live from Mexico. Been here for, I feel like, about a week, but then a week before, too, before we went to South Carolina, right there in between. So, yeah, I'm over here at my grandparents' house, actually. So, yeah, nice and cozy, a little different. But, yeah,
Yeah.
where are you
How's the
at, Val?
weather? Well, I'm at home today. Normally, Creatress and I have been doing our shows IRL, but of course, we've both been traveling, but Creatress is taking an extended vacation to Mexico City. How's everything out there? How's the weather? Is it warm over
It's warm. It's
there? It is.
nice.
Oh, that's
Um,
nice. Yeah, I see you're in a pretty dress.
yes, this is as much as you want to be wearing here. It gets like, I don't know, at least 80. I'd say it's about 80 here. Yeah, but
Oh, 80 degrees.
yes, but also this morning I was in a different city and it was cold there. So
Mm.
um, it varies. There's a lot of variety here in Mexico. So if you like cold weather, there's that. If you like hot, there's that too. And I also gotta say, I know it's not on the news, but actually, I can't even say it, but I can't even say it. We haven't even done our intros.
Yeah. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Guys, we have a long list, a lot of ground to cover today with the news, everything from non-Web3 to Web3 and crypto and upcoming updates. But before we get all into that, if this is your first time tuning into There's Layers to This, let us introduce ourselves. So, hello, I am Valerie Carrillo. I've been in the crypto and Web3 space since May of 2021. I got started with Gary V. Gary V had an NFT collection launch back then called the V Friends, and I entered into a giveaway and I won one. And I had offers on OpenSea of up to $140,000 I could have sold it for, and I didn't sell it. In hindsight, I wish I could have, but it's okay because it's led me on an incredible journey that I've been on since then. I have not left. Neither Creatress or I have left. We are still here and things are pumping and I'm excited. But one of the things I love doing in the space is getting people together. So I actually have a meetup group here in San Diego called San Diego NFT Friends, where we have meetups every single month for free. And we just had one for Cryptoween. So hopefully we'll have one soon here for NFT Friendsgiving. And then I also have a Web3 event planning, management, and production company called Red Rug Edutainment. And we just came back from an awesome event with people in South Carolina that we'll get into more. But yeah, I just love bringing people together and I love hosting events. So without further ado, I'll let my other host over here, Creatress, give her intro.
All right. Yes, so creatress, Sara E. Mora. I am a multidisciplinary artist. My favorite art form is 3D sculpting and doing it as a performance. As you can see, me and Val, we like show business. Uh,
Show
so
business.
here, it's only natural. I love music, I love dance, I love sculpting, I love art and being in like a flow state, and that's exactly what my performances are meant to be. And I also love connecting with people, like Val here, um, and obviously with our audiences. So that all becomes part of the performance. I love to collaborate with people, so it just that's how I do it. That's how I like to be. And in the spirit of collaboration, Val and I found each other in crypto. Well, I guess I'll go back. I found crypto first in 2017. Came in through XRP, which is doing great now. He held a
Mm-hmm.
good job. I did not. Or if I have some, I don't know how to access it. So that's a story for another time. But that's how I got in. I got back in with Doge. You remember Doge on SNL? I bought it pre SNL. So, it was cool. It was cool. And then in 2021, January 2nd, 2021, I got on Clubhouse, learned about NFTs, and the rest was history. I was hosting rooms. I was hosting like showcases where people would like sing or like play piano. Like, I don't know if y'all know Outer Lumen, but she sang in one of those showcases, and we actually raised money. But anyway, for a cause actually, which was really fun. But that was in 2021. Got into NFTs, and I just haven't looked back. Fast forward about a year and a half ago, we came up with a concept for the show with our friend and co-host Tyler, who is not here, but shout out to Tyler, and thanks to Cas Vegas, who was there and essentially, yeah, there's Tyler. And then Cas Vegas, who was there when we thought of this, and she helped, make this whole idea a thing. And then we just have been running with it ever since. So, yes, proud to be your host here. Just get into the news.
I love it. Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Tyler, who, as we try to mention every show, and he's just working hard for his family. But I've been seeing him on the timeline, and he's been supporting us. I see him liking our stuff and commenting, so I know he's around. He's around. His spirit's around, and of course we've got Lorenzo over here, our mascot. You see him all over, and yeah, that's an NFT CC0 owned by our third co-host Tyler. So yeah, shout out to you and shout out to Cass, who was there from the inception. So yes, let's get into the news because, like we said, we have a lot of ground to cover. It's been crazy, and you may have missed some things that have been happening. So we're here to hopefully grab as much as we can and let you digest it in our show. So first thing first, before we get into the craziness of crypto and Web3, let's ease you guys into just some fun news. Let's talk about pop culture. Creatress, did you see this happen? You mentioned that you're a fan of music. So did you see this news with T-Pain? T-Pain gets named after him in his hometown of Tallahassee and receives the key to the city.
I did not see this, but I think this is hilarious. And I'm happy for T-Pain. Shoot. Little side note, my great grandfather has a street named after him.
What?
So, here in Mexico. So I think that's pretty cool. Like T-Pain, yeah, that's cool. I think that's nice.
Dang. Okay. Well, maybe we'll get like there's layers to this street name. Let's start manifesting that. How about that? Like, look at our sign already looks like it's a street name, a town name. There's layers.
There's layers to this boulevard. Oh, that even makes sense. That's like a sentence. There's layers to this boulevard.
Wow. You saw it here, guys. You saw it here.
If anyone knows how to get a boulevard named after something, let us know. I'd love to know.
Actually, separate news that actually I didn't even put in, but this is so related, is talking about street names. There are new communities being built in different parts of the U.S., and there's new homes, and of course, meaning new streets, and they're having a hard time coming up with new names. And so actually there's a city, I forget where in the US, but they started to name their streets after Pokemon. So there's Pokemon streets. So I don't think it's far-fetched to see there's layers to this street after our show.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's always a chance. There's always a chance.
All right. Let's see how long it takes for us to end up with a boulevard.
All right. Well, let's also see what is happening with NFT news, guys. So let me share this real quick because I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to see some tweets about NFTs. And we have Hug here, as you know, supports artists, and it says, roll call, the bull market may be back, but we want to know who was, is, will always be here for the art. And of what there's layers to this. We've been here from the art. That's what we talk about is art, Web3, toads, skateboarding, just bringing out
Toads.
the vibes. Toads, yes. So, creators, have you been here for the art?
I never left.
You
That's all I gotta
never
say. I
left.
never left, y'all. So I'm here. I was here since I first learned about NFTs. I was here before Twitter Spaces was even invented. I'm that old. So yes.
Well, I've never left either. Neither of us have left. But you know what? Sad news, breaking news today. There is an NFT project that is leaving us with the arts. So that is Proof. So for anyone who hasn't known, Proof was acquired by Yuga. But before that, Kevin Rose started the Proof Collective, which was a collective of awesome artists and coming out with these, limited edition, like high end art. And so today they actually tweeted and made actually a little mini article. So I'll read through it real quick. So they said, after nearly 3 years of incredible artist collaborations, art focusing, storytelling, and memorable events, Proof Collective will begin to come to a close. In December 2021, we launched the Collective Pass, which granted holders a 3-year membership into our art collecting community. Our goal for the collective was to create unique experiences for our collectors to connect with artists and champion their art. Our signature series, Grails, combined blind minting, high quality storytelling, and iconic artists to create some of the most beloved collections in the last 3 years. Since Proof launched, the dynamic between platforms and artists have shifted dramatically. So they just basically go on and on to say that they're not going to start another season of Grailed. But they do say that they're going to do some events. So if you are a collective pass holder, you'll get to redeem the pass for a piece of generative art. So you should be expecting one more piece of artwork. They haven't announced with what artist, but they're going to have a couple of unique art focused experiences. So they're going to have IRL events for the collectors and artist community through 2025. And so they're going to be at, they're going to have, next up is the Collective Supper Society in Marfa on Saturday, November 16th. We're also planning an event at Art Basel, Miami in December. So yeah, if you were a holder of this, let us know how you guys feel. I was not a holder. Were you?
No, but I honestly never got a good vibe from the Proof thing. It was like super expensive. The pass, I think it was like 2.5 ETH, like the lowest tier. I just remember saying that. I was like, all right, I'm out. Like, I'm not spending 2.5 ETH on anything. Like, not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, I'm sorry if that offended and somehow threw some salt on the thing and now it's dead. I'm sorry. It wasn't my intention. It wasn't for me. So,
Hey,
I feel
transparency here. Transparency. You know? And yeah, same thing. I didn't mint. I was part of a DAO. We were looking at them, and at one point it was like 3 ETH, and it shot up to like 6-8 ETH. And it looked like it was gonna do pretty well. And I know a lot of artists got exposure and everything from that, which is awesome. But yeah, it's sad day for the Proof holders. And also too, Eli, hopefully I'm saying his last name correctly, Schkeiman, I want to say Schkeiman. He is the art director. He was the art director for Proof. And he tweeted today after this announcement saying that he is moving forward He's worked with the OG Proof team, and of course, he worked with the Yuga people. He did give his thanks to, the founders of Yuga, and of course, Figgy, Chad, and Stone. But yeah, he is moving on. But he also says that he's gonna focus more on like art and collecting. So I'm curious to see what he decides to do. I don't know if he's going to join another project that focuses on digital art and artists and collectors. But yeah, so shout out to Eli for doing everything he could for the project. But yeah, he is leaving Proof and thus also leaving Yuga Labs.
How do we feel about that? I mean, you more so because you have a Yuga asset. I'm like, I don't really. I mean, 10KTF isn't really Yuga anymore, right? So
no, they're not Yuga anymore. Yeah, they got acquired
like,
a month back.
I don't know. How do you feel? Because you're a holder of one of those projects.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't particularly a fan in general when Yuga started acquiring all of these, projects. I didn't feel like they needed to do that because the Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Yacht Club, and the Kennels, like, they're pretty strong IP on its own. I didn't really see the benefit of them adding, 10KTF and then Moonbirds and then Proof and Me Bits and whatever else they also acquired, in that time. So I wasn't a fan in general just because I just figured that there wouldn't be enough bandwidth for their whole team to focus on each project. I knew that the main, manpower and woman power would go towards the Yuga, IP, not necessarily these sub IPs once they were acquired. So, I know a couple of friends personally who were part of like the Moonbirds and Proof Collective, and right when it got acquired, I know they were iffy. They had already had issues with Kevin Rose, leaving and stuff. So, yeah. What's up, Courageous? Did you want to say something real quick?
Oh no, I was just agreeing. But I'm like, yeah, the signs were there. The signs were there.
The signs were there. The signs were there. So yeah, hoping for the best for the community, and maybe the community can carry it. Like sometimes the friendships that are bonded within a project go beyond the NFT itself. So I'm sure there were some people who made some lasting relationships, and so wishing you guys all the best. But let's move on in the news. Did you see the punks? Punks have been selling.
I mean, I think that's pretty bullish. I didn't see that, but didn't people just make an artwork with a punk on it? Like just now? Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up, but I'm pretty sure he did. And he's like, NFTs are back, or like something like that. Yeah. So maybe like that's why the punks moved.
Maybe.
Why do you think they moved? Is it just because of the bull market?
Well, I don't know. I think, yeah, maybe. I don't know if it's just because of the bull market, but of course, when things are up, if you're looking to make some money back, if you lost some money before, or if you're looking to make some profits, I mean, and if you had a punk, I think maybe now is a good time to sell if you're looking. I do know two notable punks did sell. So I'll pop it up in the screen unless you have the artwork by Beeple. Not yet? Okay, so I'll share the tweet. And so this first tweet comes from Fonz. Some of you may know Fonz from the Yuga community, but he is also founder of the app Token Proof, which a lot of people use for their ticketing for events. But yeah, he says, amazing ride, 7115. Thanks for the memories. Now back to being an ape, but still a punk. So he's still holding a punk, 6588. But some of you may know him with this CryptoPunk. So that one has been sold. And then there's another that I'll pop up on screen in just a second. But this person is within the VFriends community who was also a punk holder. And
was it our friend that we did a show with?
No. No, it's Go Blue. So you may recognize him because he had this PFP for the longest time, but he says it's an end of an era. So yeah, Go Blue, and I can click on his profile so you guys can see. This is Go Blue. So you probably recognize his face if you've seen him IRL. But yeah, so he also sold his punk. So yeah, that's what's happened within the punk ecosystem.
That's pretty cool. I do recognize that, B friend. I sent you the link here in the private chat to the Beeple art. Check it out.
Okay, let's see this. Creatress found the art that Beeple had created. He said NFTs back from the dead. Oh, Haktua 24. Wait, when was this? Oh, this was a couple days back. I missed this. November 8th, and he tagged Haley Welch, who is the well-known meme of Haktua. Crazy. I totally missed this. But
hey, you getting the news? I'm getting the art news.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you said punk, I was like, wait, I didn't hear that the punks were sold, but I remember seeing a punk on the timeline, and I was like in relation to, so either people was reacting to the punks being sold, or he happened to do a punk and then they sold.
And
I'm not sure. We'll have to look
you
at
never know what came first, the chicken or the egg. But there are signs, right? So that's the thing is like, I feel like once you start seeing these things pop up, you know, whether it's crypto related or anti related, you can kind of start like seeing the trends, right?
The signs are there if you're looking, but again, you can't see everything. Like, you're online just as much as I am. I feel like maybe even more this week, but somehow you didn't see this thing. You follow people. We were just at his event. Like that, all those should have given you that, you know. So it's like, just pay as much attention as you can, and then tune into the show and see what we find.
Exactly. But let's talk more about some bullish news. If you haven't seen today, do you know the bullish news that I'm about to showcase right now? Courageous.
Are we doodling?
We are doodling, and we definitely know the doodles here. You can kind of see one of the characters from the Doodles NFT project. I think his name is Marshmallow, or maybe it's Mellow. I forget, but he's one of the characters. And within the Doodles project and the trailers and shows that they've done. But here we go, McDonald's. This is huge news and a very bullish case that NFTs are coming back. McDonald's, November 18th, which is, I believe, next Monday. Next Monday, they've teased this, what looks to me, a doodle. So here is what I think is a cup of hot coffee. Maybe this is a chicken nugget or one of those breakfast potato things. I forget what
hash browns. Hash browns.
Hash browns. So it looks like there's a collab that is happening here, and if this is the case, man, I don't know. This may be the biggest collab yet. I would argue bigger than the Adidas or Nike or whatever have you. I mean, I don't know, Creatress. What are your thoughts? Are NFTs back? How do you feel about this possible collab here?
Well, I think it's definitely happening. Like, it's obviously happening in my eyes. Like, this is very much like, oh, we're going to do some kind of breakfast item collab. Now, it's probably just going to be like some packaging is what I'm thinking. But what would be really cool is if it was like a Happy Meal thing.
That's something I have seen on the timeline. And I was also trying to dig around. And I know they have, I mean, obviously they have like this big plushie, but I think they also have a like sub collection. And I forget what they're called, but they made these like tiny little plushies that could possibly fit in a Happy Meal. So maybe there could be some sort of toy in a Happy Meal. But you bet I'm gonna go to a McDonald's. I don't consume usually, anything from McDonald's just because it's not as healthy. But I might just go on Monday to see what the collab is. Is it coffee? Is it a kids meal? Is it all of the above? I don't know. But Creatrix, do they have a McDonald's near where you're at? Can you go?
I'm not sure there's a McDonald's nearby here. Maybe like an hour away.
Dang, an
But I'm
hour
gonna go to
away.
a different city tomorrow. So, but this isn't like released yet, right? So it's like we don't gotta go yet.
Yeah, you don't have to go yet. This is, I mean, they just put November 18th, which I believe is on Monday. Something that else is interesting though, because people, well, like the CEO has not necessarily tweeted like, hey, we're excited that we have this collaboration with McDonald's. They're definitely like teasing it, but it's not like officially announced. And one of the interesting things that the community pointed out is that the Doodles account itself has not retweeted or made their own announcement. And so people thought that's a little bit odd. So they think that there's something else that's cooking, because normally, whenever there's some sort of huge announcements, when there's a collab, both parties or however many parties usually tweet the same thing at the same time or they repost one of another. So I don't know. Do you have any guesses? Like, why do you think the Doodles account itself wouldn't even repost the McDonald's thing? Like, why? I'm so confused.
They're not ready to go public with it yet, is my guess. Wait, who tweeted that first thing? Was it McDonald's?
That was from McDonald's itself, but the
Okay.
Doodles account didn't repost it, didn't like it, like didn't comment, you know? So
Yes.
yeah, I mean let's take a look actually. Let's do a little bit of
Yeah, I'm like, wait, that's
investigating
weird.
here.
But Doodles is tagged.
Let's see. I don't think Doodles is not tagged. So there's
Wait, so
people
how
saying
do we
like
know this is the Doodles thing? Then we just guess.
exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
So there's
oh,
people who are saying it's Doodles, but like look, like there's nothing from the official Doodle. Oh, there's our friend Tyler. Hello, Tyler. McDonald's is family, of course.
wait, he's on the Doodles.
He's here under the announcement from McDonald's, but yeah, there is not a here. Let's even look at the quote tweets, and let's look at reposts. So here's a telltale sign is no, not this person. There's someone else, but there are a couple of telltale signs that this is a Doodle collaboration. I think the CEO of Doodles was alluding to the fact that it is the collab, but he just posted up a Doodles, like one of the characters is a coffee mug. And so that's what he tweeted. He didn't tweet the McDonald's announcement or anything. So yeah, Doodles is not popping up here. I can even look up Doodles, the Doodles account, and check it out. This is what they posted from the CEO of Doodles, which is the coffee mug. Vibe check. Who's locked in?
Okay,
That
I see it. I see it. So that's on that to me looks like a clue. It's like who else saw the coffee thing that McDonald's.
mhm.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. So I think
And
they're trying to be slick about it. They're trying to be slick about it.
yeah, they're definitely milking this, for sure. And I was even trying to go as deep as watching some of those mini trailers, and I just thought it was funny because in the movie there is a scene where like they're all getting coffee, but I was like, oh, is there any like McDonald logos I can see? Is there anything I can see? I didn't find anything, but I just screenshotted this, and you know that was it. That was it. So,
It's very interesting. There's definitely something cooking there, I think.
yeah. But that concludes it. You guys let us know. Are NFTs back? Are these signs? We saw punks selling and people buying them. There could be a possible huge collaboration, the biggest one yet for NFTs with McDonald's and Doodles. But then we also saw Proof is ending, their Grailed membership. So let us know, what do you think? I feel like maybe there's a possibility that NFTs are coming back. What do you think? Do you think they're coming back, Creatress, or not just quite yet?
That's the word on the street. It's that they're back. So go get
They're
some.
they're back. And which ones? New ones? Existing ones?
The
Dead
punks for
ones?
one.
Like, which ones?
The punks for one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm coming back to this better lighting over here. But we may get some background noise. Just know that. Yeah, just let me know if the background noise is too much. But yeah, I think they're back. Anytime the crypto market pumps, it seems like more people are willing to put their money into valuable art.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this time is no different. And speaking of art, look out, because I am part of a group drop that's going to be announced in the next day or two on our favorite chain, Bitcoin. So
Bitcoin. Ooh,
now
more
that'll be
ordinals.
my second inscription ever on Bitcoin. So
Ooh,
yes.
okay. I
NFTs
think
are
that,
back. We're back, and we're dropping tomorrow.
okay. If Creatress is doing UNFTs, that's a sign. NFTs are back. Let's throw up the cat dancing. One of
It's
my
been a
favorite.
minute since I announced a new NFT, right? Or a new digital collective.
Yeah.
So, it was time. I think it's time for a lot of things right now. And NFTs, I mean, people said it. NFTs are back from the dead. So let's go. Actually, speaking of that, I'm really excited about people because we'll talk about the people thing later. But one thing that I heard on the grapevine was that some of the prints that we got airdropped, right, like the physicals that we picked up, like could be minted as NFTs one day.
Oh,
so that'd be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, you don't know if he's gonna go back and mint those babies. Good to know. Save your prints. We'll get on that a little bit later in the show when we do talk about our experience at People's event, election night, that we went out there. Shout out to Stand with Crypto, who sponsored that trip. But let's get on with some of, we talked about NFTs, but also let's talk about tech news. So I don't know if you saw this, Creatress, but I happened to see this today. So IYK, for those who don't know, IYK is an NFC enabled merch that they do. Sometimes it's clothing, sometimes it's NFT, sometimes it's those cards where if you're trying to network with people, it's just tap it and people get your social media. But IYK uses NFC chips with products. So today they just launched a new product. So here's their tweet. They say, sending a holiday card, sending on Instagram, sending a postcard. IYK, that's their symbol. Introducing Postcard, a cyber physical card that holds a personalized video message, an old but new way to connect with your favorite humans this holiday season. So here's their trailer. Let's blow this up. Let's rewind it from the beginning. So here someone is scanning the postcard, someone's making the video, and this is what, like, a postcard you can send in the mail, and when someone taps to scan it, you can see the video message that the person sent to you. So what do you think
super
about
cute. I like it. I've seen IYK for a while. They've been putting out a lot of different NFC enabled things, and I think it's really cool. I saw they had a contest, a creator contest, not too long ago, and I thought about entering, but ran out of time, like many times with these art open calls and things like that. But yeah, this is sweet. I would send a postcard like this. Why not?
Yeah, and you know what? Speaking of postcards, Creatress, who made freaking postcards? Who was before this announcement?
We were pre IYK postcards. We made these a week ago, y'all.
We made postcards at the Beeple event. We were, strapped for time, and we realized usually Creatress has her NFC enabled card where people can just tap it, see her website, see her social media. I didn't make any business cards for Red Rug or anything. So we said, you know what? Let's find the nearest UPS store and let's have them print postcards. And we use them, as a way to market our show. So there's layers to this. Here's us. I think that was during Cryptoween, and you got the lasagna. And then on the other side was the red rug for me. And I know Creatress had her own, which had her art on her postcards. So
Yes, I don't have them here now, but just imagine them.
yeah,
And I
so
did give them out at the Beeple event, and that will be also part of the giveaways. I'll send a couple of those out to our winners.
ooh, okay.
Yes, we'll throw that in the bag.
I love it.
Metaphorical
I
bag.
love it. Well, yeah, so we are on it, creators. And you know what? I even want to throw some credit over to Tyler because he made the OG postcards that there's layers to this hat.
I was thinking about that actually. I was just thinking that too. Yep.
Yeah. So if you had were a winner or in any of our giveaways from our past season and you got the gift in the mail, you most likely got one of our postcards too. So, those were limited edition. We don't have those anymore. So maybe some of you will get the new edition postcards on our upcoming giveaways. So keep a lookout for that. But that's it for tech news. Now we can tackle what everyone's been waiting for, crypto news. So maybe we should go through this a little fast just because I know some of you have probably seen this blown up all over your timelines. But we are bullish. Everybody is bullish who has been holding on to their crypto, especially Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, let's take a look at the coin market cap. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at $88,329.38 at this very moment. If you scroll down, you could see Bitcoin reached an all-time high yesterday, 17 hours ago, at $89.9 thousand per Bitcoin. Let's motherfucking go! How are you feeling, Creatress?
I'm really excited about Bitcoin going up. I just wish I had more. Like I don't have nearly enough exposure. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy for all of it.
Yeah, you're always gonna want more. I feel like I'm definitely underexposed myself. I took a little bit of profit yesterday. I didn't catch the top, but I was getting there, and so yeah, I got a little bit of profit. I've seen some tweets where people are like, "Why take out profit to fiat if Bitcoin, you hold the actual gold in this case?" I feel like why take it out? I believe that I've been seeing some bullish cases about altcoins after we reach this all-time high with Bitcoin, that altcoins are going to go up. So I think I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna gamble here a little bit, and I'm gonna take a little bit of profit that I made from Bitcoin and throw them into alts. And I haven't traded in a very long time. But I've been watching the news, and I feel like I've got an idea of what I might put in. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm just watching the markets.
Hey, that's cool. So if you're like a more of a day trader, altcoin trader, tap in with V Dizzle. She could use all the alpha. Yeah, I've been thinking about it myself. It looks like there's a lot of stuff going off. Our past guest Woody, he was tweeting about smoke, I guess there's something called smoke. That's the ticker. I don't know, not financial advice, do your own research, but did see him posting about it and it looked like it was on its way up. So
okay. Yeah, and
I did not get any, just saying.
I also saw, if you guys know Baron Davis, he tweeted about a coin called Kin. I think that might be on Cardano though. I really don't know much about it, so I don't know if it's on Cardano or what chain. But I'm starting to see people start, tweeting these altcoins. So yeah, I don't know. We will see, but definitely everyone is super bullish on what's happening with Bitcoin. And more news about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin surpasses silver to become the eighth largest asset in the world. That is insane. That is insane. The largest asset in the world, number one, is gold. But you know what? Bitcoin is going up in the ranks. So I don't know. Bitcoin is more valuable than silver. That's kind of crazy to think about. Don't you think? Like, did you ever think Bitcoin would be more valuable than silver?
I guess I didn't really think about it, but like the comparison to gold has always been made. So yeah, I think it's always just been a matter of time because there's way more gold than there's Bitcoin in the world.
Right.
There's probably more than 21 million pounds of gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
There
just by
is.
that standard, yeah.
Creatress, I don't know if you want to share this news, but ETFs. So here we go. So if you want to read that.
Yeah. So this is just something I saw on the timeline. It says BlackRock spot uh, Bitcoin ETF, which was all the rage last year, right? It
Yep.
did over $1 billion in trading volume in just 25 minutes. So, I mean, obviously this happened because of Bitcoin's, price skyrocketing from like
Mm-hmm.
80,000 to 89,000 within 24, probably happened within a smaller time span than 24 hours. But in that candle, I guess you would say this happened. So if you were part of this ETF, if you bought into this BlackRock ETF, you're probably doing all right.
Yeah.
They're probably doing all right. They get a percentage of that 1 billion. So they like if they get it 1% of the 1 billion, they just made, I don't know how much that is, but in 25 minutes, that's really good. Just for being the person that holds the keys to allow people to buy in to that ETF. Like that, BlackRock's happy right now. That's all I gotta say. So
Oh
just
yeah,
thought I'd
for
mention that.
sure.
That paid
BlackRock
off.
BlackRock is happy, and I'm sure some of the old timers who decided to get ETFs are happy. But you know what? We're the ones really happy because we're actually holding the actual asset, not an ETF. But
Yeah.
hey,
Oh,
I guess this is part of adoption, right? Is some people might be holding, the ETFs instead of the actual Bitcoin.
yes, and for anyone who might be like, "Wait, what's the difference in holding Bitcoin and ETF and actual Bitcoin?" Just so you know, so the ETF is basically like one of the like traditional finance ways of people investing in Bitcoin. So it's almost like having an intermediary actually buying the Bitcoin, so you don't actually have to like go get a crypto wallet and do all that. They are doing all that. They actually hold the Bitcoin. You're basically giving them money to buy Bitcoin, and then they're giving you a return. Um, it's a little safer. It's the way that finance has always worked. Um, but the other way, the way that most people here do it, is you get a crypto wallet, you have your own pass key to that wallet, and then you have
Yep.
your Bitcoin in that wallet.
Yep.
Ideally, a safe one of those hardware wallets or something like that. But yeah, so that's kind of the difference between having the ETF or just holding the Bitcoin ETF or just holding actual Bitcoin for anyone who's wondering.
Love the education here. We definitely have some people who watch our show who are new to the crypto world. We met a few in Charleston, so if you're here tuning in with us because you met us in Charleston, welcome to the show. Creators, what is happening with DGen here?
Oh yeah. So basically DGen has been like very dormant for a while. Okay. So if y'all don't remember, we talked about DGen a lot on the show. I talked about it a lot because back in the day when WarpCast started, they were holding a lot of activities around it. You could earn DGen, you could tip DGen. It was real cool. So I got really active with it, and DGen was going up and up and up. I think it got to about 3 cents, maybe four, and then it just came back over like I think it was maybe at like half a cent for a while, maybe even less. Well, that little meme says it all. It's like we're like poking DGen, hey, come on, do something, and all of a sudden, when Bitcoin went up, uh, as you know, a lot of altcoins went up too, and DGen is no exception. They have been continually building, so it's not that like surprising to me. And I believe that they just got listed on Coinbase, or there was an announcement that they're going to be listed on Coinbase. So that might have also had something to do with that green candle going up and just. I mean, this is kind of a violent meme, but it's actually it actually means something good happened, which is that the value shot straight up in one candle, and so I think DGen right now. I was just looking at the coin market cap. It is at 0.02, so 2 cents. All right.
Okay.
And, let me see. A year ago, let me look at the year chart. So a year ago, or in April, it got all the way up to 4 cents. And then it went down to less than half a cent. So it's been at half a cent for a while. And now it's at almost 2.
2 cents. Not bad. I definitely bought DGen because I was a little late to the game. Creators told me from the very beginning. I bought DGen at the top. I bought it at the top and was writing it down. But it's all good. All right. If I'm making some of that back, hell yeah. Let's go.
We are at 2. Just want to say it is at 2 cents and a hundredth. So it's a little bit more than 2 right now.
All right. Yeah. So not bad. Let's keep climbing. Let's go higher.
Higher.
Right? Let's go higher. But someone who is maybe not as hopeful and happy right now, Germany. Let's talk about Germany. So this came in from Watch Guru. German's government's decision to sell $15,000 Bitcoin at 54K cost them 1.7 billion in missed profits. Ouch. Yeah, the Germans, I don't know, man. Are they gonna buy back in? I hope so. We want, all these different countries to come in, but yeah, that's not looking too good for them. I know Salvador is super happy because their president has been bullish on Bitcoin from the beginning, and I know they're super excited about their profit. I forget, did you see by any chance, do you know how much profit they said they made? I think it was also in the billions too, if I'm not mistaken.
The BlackRock, or
no, El Salvador, for holding their
Bitcoin. I didn't see anything about that, but I did see something about Italy, which is on the bright side. Italy, it was just announced that there's going to be like a new legal amendment to their crypto law. So I guess currently, or like the most recent thing was 42% crypto tax was going to be what was proposed, but now they just kind of rolled back and said the new one's going to be 28% is the new tax limit. So that might make it a little bit, more enticing for the Italian, citizens to buy into Bitcoin now that they're not going to be taxed so much. So that's nice. That's smart. That's smart of Italy, I'd say.
We like it. Lorenzo's happy about the Italian.
Lorenzo's making its impact. And speaking of Italy, I will be in Italy in about 5-6 days. God, what day is it today? Today's the 12th. I'll be there in 8 days. Is that a coincidence? I don't know.
You may be affecting, the crypto economy out in Italy.
See, you did. There's layers to this.
If there's anyone to bet on, it's bet on Creatress. She makes waves in countries.
That. You never know the ways that I'm influencing all the things for the good.
She's an influencer.
Oh, geez. Oh, I wasn't even thinking like that. That's hilarious.
Oh, speaking of influencing, though, I don't know if you saw this, but Binance listed 2 new meme coins, ACT and Peanut. But yeah, there was apparently some influencers, KOLs, VCs, whales, whatever you want to call them, but there was people who noticed that Act and Peanut were trading before Binance listed these two new meme coins. So there is speculation that there is insider trading happening. A lot of people are not happy. First of all, people were saying that, ACT and Peanut didn't have like high volume, so why is Binance, a very, reliable exchange, all of a sudden listing these two meme coins? What's going on here? But this is a whole thread. If you want to look into it, you can find at Crypto Nobbler, who made this whole thread with his research, his investigation that he did, and following a couple wallets that shows about what's happening with the insider trading. So that's crazy. I guess you're always going to have some sort of insider trading to some degree, but yeah, there's some people out there. The whales keep on whaling um with these.
Yeah,
So
I always find it really interesting when people go off like and make threads about things like this. So I'm like, man, this person really had time. But also I really appreciate it. I'm like, oh, this is really interesting because you can follow it. It's like
yeah.
I've always liked like crime shows, like CSI, Law and Order. I don't know about you, Val, but I always watch that stuff. And so, or like House, like the medical shows too, where you're like, what does this person have, and like the symptoms, and like like who did it. And so,
Mm.
to me, like these Twitter threads, it's like kind of like watching a show, but in obviously in a different setting. It's like you're going through like the thread, and you're like, oh wow, like yeah, and you can get it totally into it. But I hadn't seen this, so I can't comment too much. But I mean, yeah, that it's plausible. It's very plausible.
Oh yeah. And I mean, come on, man. Did we forget the blockchain? It's public. I mean, we can kind of see what's happening there. So yeah, you may be a string of numbers, but one wrong move, and we may be able to find your Twitter, your Facebook profile. Who knows? I mean, these people, clearly there are people who are watching, and I mean, if you're a whale and you do these transactions, there's a good chance you got a set of eyes on you in general already. So yeah, if you're a whale and you're picking up the Peanut and Act coin before Binance listed those, yeah, everyone's gonna know what's up. So there's not really any hiding. So, yeah. But hey, I mean, if someone wants to add us into, a trading circle, it'd just be nice to know what's happening. Not saying
Yeah,
we would.
we're not gonna actually do the things, but we want to know just for the news, for the research, to know. We're girls. We want to know everything.
Yeah, we just want to know. We just want to know. Thank you, Keegan. Ground Game Strong. He has a show also today. I believe 6:30 Pacific. And also one of our sponsors. So thank you, Keegan, for tuning in. But yeah, also back to the ETFs. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is now larger than its gold ETF. So we were just talking momentarily how Bitcoin itself has surpassed silver in the world as assets. Well, guess what? Within BlackRock itself, the ETF has surpassed their gold ETF. That's crazy, man. Bitcoin's going wild. Bitcoin is just ripping. Like, I don't know, man. I like, yeah. We just need more. We just need more Bitcoin.
Y'all, for sure. I saw a tweet somewhere that was like, Bitcoin is like that girl after she left her toxic ex or something, and it's just like skyrocketing.
Oh yeah, I think I saw
Did you
someone
see
posted
that?
like this is like Bitcoin getting the revenge body.
That too. Yes, yes. I saw a few like, yeah, that was funny.
Well, hey, we notice you, Bitcoin. We see you. We see you. But also what we saw on the timeline is breaking news: Canary Funds has filed an S1 with the SEC to launch the H bar ETF. So new ETFs might be coming into the ecosystem. For those who don't know, H bar is the coin for Hedera, for the Hedera. So here's the screenshot of their filing. So yeah, if you're someone who's been bullish from the get-go on H bar and Hedera in general, well, you may be getting your ETF soon. And I suspect if it does get passed, then yeah, it's gonna pop off even more, right? So there you go. Um, Next up in news is Coinbase. Coinbase is now the 21st most popular app on the App Store. It just flipped Amazon shopping app and Telegram. Look at that. 21. That's that's crazy. That means more people are downloading the app, using the app. More people are coming into crypto, and I bet they are after all this news that we've been sharing. I mean, they're they're gonna FOMO. The normies FOMOing, right?
Oh yeah. And on that note, I will have a referral code in case any of y'all are not on Coinbase and you want to get on Coinbase. Just go look at my timeline. There'll be one there.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
That is pretty wild of Coinbase. And I think if you refer people, you might earn crypto. I don't know. There's something that you get. Just saying.
That makes sense. I feel like Coinbase has had something like that from the get go. I remember that. Man, I wish I remembered because I onboarded my aunt. I could have made some crypto.
I know, right? Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, at first I was like, nah, I don't really want to do that, whatever. But I mean, why not? Everybody's going to come online anyway. You might as well.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I bet you this is part of why they got to 21 is that they offer that thing like, hey, refer your friends.
Yep. Well, speaking of more Coinbase, besides Coinbase flipping Amazon and Telegram app, guess what? They also flipped Venmo to become the number 4 iOS finance app in the US. So if you want to get a little bit more niche within the apps, talk about finance. Coinbase is now number 4.
You mean Venmo. So I always equated, like when I was trying to kind of explain to like people who are not into crypto how it is, I would mention Coinbase as like the most, like similar thing to crypto because you have a Venmo wallet, you take funds from your bank, put it in your Venmo wallet, and then you can use that balance for whatever. Well, now Venmo, I'm pretty sure lets you also buy crypto like right on there. So it only makes sense that it's getting up even bigger. Yeah, they're smart.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think Coinbase is killing it. I mean, sure, you have Venmo now, you have PayPal. If that's easier, that's your choice. You can buy crypto on there, but Coinbase is not doing too bad in onboarding more people. And guess what? They're about to onboard even more people because then they announced this. Coinbase launched the Coinbase 50 Index, aka Coin 50. So now, if you're just a person who's like, you know what, I can't be on Twitter all day and looking at charts, I've got a real life, I'm not a degen. Well, guess what? Now you can just go ahead and buy Coin 50, and basically you are trading and buying the top 50 coins. And so if you want to go check out who is the list of cryptos that were listed, you can go down. But of course, you got Bitcoin, you got Ethereum, you got Solana, I think you got Doge. So you got some of the top ones there. So yeah, the Coinbase making moves. And Coinbase is not the only one making moves. We've got ApeCoin because ApeCoin, we know ApeChain launched. ApeCoin has been popping, but they've been popping so much that they've been included in Coinbase's 50 index. So If you want to
Oh,
ape
that's really
in,
cool.
go ape in.
Hey, ape, ape. Let's go.
All right. Well, that concludes the crypto news. Whew, we got through that. And we'll just keep you up to date on everything that's happening. Like you can see, that was just so much to cover. Like, and there are probably things happening right now as we do this show. But if you can't keep up with it all, again, you can tune in every Tuesday to our show, and we will find the top news and break it down for you. But next on our agenda is what has There's Layers been up to? We had partnered with Stand with Crypto. Stand with Crypto is a huge nonprofit organization that has been campaigning all year long to bring education and awareness for the elections that just happened. And so we were part of that campaign where we were educating South Carolina, and we went to Charleston on behalf of Stand with Crypto. And yeah, we educated the locals about the pro crypto candidates and about the policies. And so yeah, we were just super excited, super grateful. That was huge for us. That for There's Layers to this. This has been our second grant that we received. Our very first one was back in April with ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, and they had awarded us 15K. And so yeah, we're doing it. There's Layers to this. It has been touring around the U.S. and we won't stop there. We will be going to Miami. So yeah, I don't know. How do you feel? How do you feel? Like, you want to talk about the workshop? You want to talk about what's happening with us? And There's Layers to this.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the workshop was cool. It was really fun. It was a different, kind of different from what we usually do, but also
Yeah.
very much the same, connecting with people and talking about crypto. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. It's exciting to have like another one in the books. And yeah, Miami is the next stop. We're going to be doing some live streams from Miami live. I'm excited. I didn't go to Miami Basel last year, so I'm kind of coming back with a little extra energy for it. And yeah, I think it's gonna be great. If anyone wants to sponsor an episode or a segment out there, if you have an event that you'd like us to cover, come and like interview the event attendees, share the vibe. Yeah, get in touch with us like really soon. It's coming up really fast, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, definitely get in touch with us really soon. Here are some clips about with us. We did the workshop. There's me, had a nice screen. We were at New Brown Brewery in Charleston. They were awesome. And yeah, we were just basically, we had this whole presentation set up, how to vote, where can you find, your pro crypto candidates. And for those who there's still going to be other elections, right, at the more local level. So you can always go to standwithcrypto.org if you need to find out who is, pro crypto, and maybe that's going to influence your vote. You never know. So it's a good website, it's a good resource to always check in. And here we have Creatress. She was also, presenting to the audience, the large audience that we had virtually. We were hybrid. We were IRL and URL. So yeah, so congrats to us, pats on the back. We appreciate everyone who's supporting. And if we got new people from Charleston, again, welcome. Hopefully you're learning some stuff here, you're getting your information about what's happening with crypto and such. So let's talk about our merch. Talk about also too our merch, guys. I don't know if you saw, but I made a tweet. I'm not gonna pull it up right now. I will just show you guys. But first,
Oh,
me
I
and
saw it.
Creatress.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see these things in person when I
I
come
was
back very
debating.
soon.
I
I'm
was
coming back
debating.
very soon. I'll be back. I'll be back Friday night.
Oh, okay. All right. I will see you then. You will get your hazmat suit. So
Oh
crazy.
shoot.
We need a hazmat suit, guys. Remember COVID times and everybody was like very, on alert with germs and COVID, and people could buy not just masks but actual hazmat suits, and we thought, hey, what if we made our own hazmat suit, like we're kind of allergic to bullshit, so maybe this will protect you. I mean, I feel like this will protect us. We only want good, positive vibes here. So look at this. It's like a whole suit, guys. It's mine is really long and big, but if you're interested, let us know. You can get your own. There's layers to this hazmat suit. But also too, as a celebration of the partnership that there's layers to this hat with Stand with Crypto, we made a blanket scarf. So yeah, like how cute, it's getting cold, winter is coming up, we're in fall season, but if you want to be a little warm and rep, crypto and stand with crypto and everything that it means, like it's very nice material, very soft. I can't wait for Creatress to feel this in person. I mean, they did a good job making this. So
They look good, and yeah, I like soft blanket stuff. I like comfort. I like, yeah, that looks nice. I'm happy about
and
that. And yes,
and what
winter
I
is
love
coming.
And what I love too, by the way, guys, Creatress designed these all on her own. Last merch drop we had, we collaborated, but time was ticking. We were going to Charleston real fast, and Creatress was able to whip up these patterns really quickly. So I just love the idea of you kind of putting them in quadrants like that. It just makes it look like a pattern, like from far away, and then up close you can see they're the logos of Stand with Crypto, and there's layers to this. So I love that creativity.
I'm glad they came out good. You never know until you get the samples in, and then it's, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm happy they came out, and can't wait to have one. And we're
And
gonna. So are these gonna be part of the giveaway?
well, yeah. Speaking of which, we're not done. If you're
Oh,
interested
there's
in the
more. But wait, there's
giveaway,
more.
we also have socks. So if you're someone who wants to protect your feet, and you're walking around a lot at the crypto conferences, NFT conferences, you're gonna need some nice, breathable, comfy socks, and we made them for you. So yeah, get your socks. But yeah, if you are interested, we have, I think, one blanket left for a giveaway, and we've got maybe two or three pairs of the socks to give away. They are unisex, so hopefully they will fit your foot. If not, just give them to someone else as a gift for the holidays. But yeah, I don't know, Creatress and I need to discuss how we're gonna do this giveaway. But yeah, if you're interested, let us know. Let us know if you want this. These are limited edition, so most likely they won't be made ever again. So let us know. But keep up to date. As always, follow us. If you're not following us already, you can follow us on our account at There's Layers 2 on Twitter. And you can follow our personal channels at Creatress Art and at BDizzle777. And of course, we will announce how we're going to do this giveaway and when.
Yes. Yes. Let us know. But I do have. I feel like we should definitely put those socks out. I feel like some people will really want those socks. I'm excited about that. Like even after the giveaway, if people would want to purchase them, I think they might be good for our merch store whenever that goes live. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for sure. And stay tuned to where we're going to be going next. But like we mentioned before, we were in Charleston, and besides having our workshop, we were at Beeple's Studio Election Night. So we did go live very briefly. You might have seen us, but you can kind of see a little bit of it here. we set up shop and we were at the studio. So you can see it was crowded. That was like in the beginning, but later in the evening, like maybe even like 30 minutes to an hour after we did this very short live stream, it got packed, packed with people. And yeah, I don't know. I think let's talk about like how our night went, because yeah, we had a little bit of different experiences even though you and I were together, but we also were like kind of separate. So I'm really curious to know like what your experience was, cuz this was your first time at People Studios besides being your first time in Charleston. Yeah, I just love to hear like what were your thoughts? What was your reaction to the vibe, to Beeple himself? Because you also had like a very special moment with Beeple when he was creating his artwork. So I'd love to for you to share that story.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I've never been, like you said. I've only seen videos and like heard your experience. So yeah, it was awesome. Like there's a little red carpet area. There's a whole like hype around the line, right? The first 100 people got the signed print. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, and then when people started making the live art, like I make live art too, so that was really special for me to like watch another artist go through their whole process live. And then I got a chance to uh, kind of ask him some questions because I was able to get like pretty close up to like his workstation where he was with the computer. And yeah, I was just like, hey, are you like coming into it with already like a thought process of what you're going to do? Or is it more like organic and improv? And he's like, oh, yeah, it's a lot more improv. I don't know the word he said. I don't remember exactly, but it was like,
That's
yeah.
really interesting. I always wondered that too. So he
Oh
said
yeah,
that it's kind of on the spot. It's not
it's on the
pre-planned.
spot. Yeah, totally. And that's how I work. Like in my performance, I was just like, oh
Right.
shoot. Like, of course, I wasn't gonna be like, oh yeah, I do that. But I was just like listening. I was just like, oh, that's so like interesting. And then I was just like, I asked him a few different questions. Oh yeah, I asked him if he builds the 3D assets that he brings
Mhm.
in, because what he's doing, for anyone who doesn't know Beeple or hasn't like seen his process or know how it works, what he's doing is in this program, which I don't even know the name of the program, but it not Cinema 4D, maybe, but probably not. What he's doing is bringing in 3D assets and arranging them. So it's basically like he's using sculptures, and then he
Mhm.
takes an image of the sculpture, which is something that I have also done. I mean, if you know, like my butterfly, that is an image of a 3D sculpture, right? That's like my most iconic work. So that's essentially what he's doing, which I thought was like just really freaking cool, right? Because I'm just like, oh my god, this is just like right up my alley. So that was cool. He talked about that, and then I was just like, do you make all the 3D assets that you like pull in? And he's like,
Mhm.
no, you can buy these. Like you can buy 3D assets. There's all sorts of libraries. So he buys. I mean, he might
Oh.
build some of them, but he said no when I asked, and
Huh.
so. Um, yeah, I mean, maybe I'm imagining that he does build some of them, but he said the
Yeah.
ones that he was working on and using at that in that time in that moment,
Mhm.
you can buy them. Like
Yeah.
I guess the more you spend, the better the 3D assets, which I totally understand, right? Like buying a brush for Procreate.
I see.
So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. So he has got like a huge library of 3D assets, and then he just like he can select and drag them in, and then creates the scene. And then specifically for the performance, right? Or I don't know if he thinks of it as a performance, but for the live creation portion of his event,
Mhm.
um, he makes like 10 different artworks. So he like works on one, and then he like
Right.
prints. He like saves it as like a print, right? And then he
Yeah.
and he has a red button that he presses when it happens. Because I was
No,
like,
like
what's
he's
the red button for?
done.
And he's like, oh, check this out. And then he like did it. And then it like showed up on screen. And then that must have created that like first print. But I didn't even realize it. I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't really get what it did. But
Get
then I
it.
realized
Yeah.
he kept hitting it. And so then, yeah, it all kind of came together later. But yeah, so at
So
some point I was just like, have you ever put a butterfly in your work? And he was just like, oh yeah, I've had them. And then he like went on the library and looked at butterfly or like insects, and he like literally put one in right then and there. I was just like, oh my god, wait, what just happened? But what was crazy was too that his his computer froze because the butterfly sculpture was so big that it like crashed. But then he's like, he was just like, oh crap, like I think that last file just like killed it. And it was just like, oh shoot, like I should have like I was like, the butterfly, the huge butterfly just crashed it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And he's just like, oh man, oh man, oh man. I don't think anyone noticed, but he was just like, oh crap. And then it like loaded, and it was huge. Like when it loaded, you could only
see like remember that.
Like the little things at the bottom, but like the little, I don't know, legs of the butterfly. And he had to like shrink it down way, way down. And he just deleted it. Like he just deleted it, and then he went and found a different butterfly, like a one of those black and yellow ones, like kind of striped.
Yeah.
And he put that in, and then that's the one. And then he actually repeated it a couple times. And yeah, that was crazy. And then I got the airdrop. Like when the whole, like at the end of the event, when the art was coming down, I just happened to actually catch one of those prints that had the butterflies in there.
Destiny.
And he drew on it. I got it signed. And he didn't just sign it. He like drew on it. So now that's a one of one.
Wow.
Yes. And then I got
that's incredible. That's an incredible story. I mean, it's incredible because, guys, I wasn't even next to Creatress when this happened. Like, she's so tiny, and of course, she found her way to the front of the crowd, and so she's literally next to Beeple as he's like there doing his art, and there's a huge crowd built around him, right? Everyone's like trying to see what's he doing, you know, and of course, you can kind of see sometimes it pops up on these huge digital screens in the room, but not every single movement is happening, and he doesn't have like a microphone, so it's not like he's talking into it and you can hear it throughout the room. So you can only hear what he's saying if you're next to him. And Creatress happened to be next to him, took that opportunity to basically interview him. And I love that you're sharing these insights because I've always wondered that, and I think I've only seen him be interviewed a handful of times, and no one's ever asked him that I've seen those very detailed questions. And I love that because you're an artist who works in AI, who works in VR, who works in these different mediums that many people don't really do today, only just a few select. And so I just love that your brain had that perspective ready to like ask those deep questions. And I love that he was open to like talk to you and chat with you about that as he's creating the art. And it's so funny because you're right. No one noticed that the program crashed. I did see that the butterfly, it looked more like a moth because of how big it was, because of how fuzzy it looked. It looked like a moth. And I remember freaking out. So shout out to Top Shot because our good friend Top Shot, who Creatress met for the first time, but for the show, he was there with us. He was there in the back with me behind the crowds, and like we're trying to see what's happening. And I could see Creatress through the crowd, and we like made eye contact, and we knew at that moment, like her eyes just like glistened, like, oh my God, is this happening? The butterfly, I've influenced his artwork, you know? And I look at Top Shot, I'm like, Top Shot, he added Creatress butterfly, and he's like, what? Oh my God, oh my God. And then immediately he told his students. So guys, like people are serious collectors. So Top Shot hired 2 students. He flew them out to help collect the artwork. So he made sure to tell the students, yo, when the prints come falling down, make sure you get some with the butterfly. Like, he was on top of that.
Oh, that's wild. That's so funny, dude. I didn't realize that's funny that he told them. I wonder who else got him because I got 4. I got number 2, 3, 4, and 5 out of 7.
Wait, did you see how many? There's usually 7.
Yeah.
How many? There's only 7 with the butterfly.
Yeah.
And you got 4 individual ones.
Yes.
So there's only 2 out there.
3, 4, and 5. And one of them is like a 1 of 1 because he drew all over it.
Yeah.
And he signed it. Yeah. I
Holy,
know.
holy, wow. I didn't know that detailed about it, that you got that many of that one print.
They were coming out of the same printer, like that I was just happened to be standing under that night. So
Crazy.
I just literally, I was like, yeah, it was one. That's the only one I got besides the red one, the one that was like an edition of like 800.
Yeah, yeah. I have them. They're a bit far from me right now. Otherwise, I would show them. I can show them on our next show. But wow, guys. So if you've never been to Beeple Studios, he has these printers that are like attached to the ceiling. They're like hanging there, and so there's like maybe nine, maybe a few more, but each one you don't know what's going to print from there. It's like completely random. So like for Creatress to be under that one printer in that time, in that moment, as she had influenced the artwork, and like there was multiple prints that night. Like he made one with Donald Trump, with Peanuts. He made one of Moodang. He made a couple other different ones, and of course the butterfly one. And Creatress had that law of attraction that she got almost all of the prints from that butterfly one.
I was surprised.
Oh man,
not that surprised because I'd be manifesting some.
Yeah. Creatress has
special treatment, as Valerie says.
Special treatment. So, which it works to her benefit, and sometimes it works to all of our benefit, because I think you also said that you're the reason why Bitcoin went up too, or something like that. Didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, I was. Okay, here's the public service announcement. I just want to say you're welcome to everybody, because I have been listening to a sleep meditation for manifestation, of abundance manifestation. So I called in a lot of abundance for everybody. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. And speaking of abundance and just winning at life, so Beeple was also doing a special signed print giveaway for the first 100 people in line to his event. And guys, like, I don't know, we could do a whole show, I think, on the event itself, because of how, like, we got a lot of alpha. Like, thank you to Top Shot, who gave us like talk about insider trading from before. We kind of got some insider trading news, if you want to call it that. Because Top Shot has gone to almost all of Beeple's events and is a connoisseur in knowing how these events go and how much these signed prints can go for. And so we also were scoping out. We had rented a car, and like we started scoping out the studio to see if anyone was going to line up since 11 a.m. I remember we went to the studio, we drove up to the pole where the guards are, and we're like trying to get information. When are they going to let us in? When can we start lining up? When can we park? And we made some friends with the guards, the security guards. Shout out to Tyler. His name was also Tyler, and Conrad. I forget the security guard's name, but they were nice in letting us information, and they gave us a direct line. They gave us a direct phone number to contact for Beeple Studio. So we're not going to share that phone number, but shout out to Brian, who is the direct, like, ooh, I love that phone. Okay, landline.
Brian, it's us. Let us in. We're here Brian, for the Beeple
party. We got your contact, so we're VIP. We're always VIP. So, anyways, after much information, we were able to be within the first 100. We were able to start lining up, I think, at 6:30 or something. It wasn't quite 7.
Like right at 6, I think, and the event started at 7, but it was like 6:05 or something, because we tried.
We tried
like 6, and they're like, no, not yet. But then it was like, then we started we basically became the line. I think actually Top Shot was like, to the people who were kind of, he's like, should we start the line here? And we were like, yeah.
Like people needed a leader. Top Shot was the leader. He's like, we're in line. But I don't know what happened with the security guards, because when they finally told us we could go through the gates, there was already people lined up. There was already people lined up at the door, and we're like, what the heck? We were the line. How did they get ahead of us? Where did they come from? So
Might have
maybe
been
there
some
was,
insider trading.
yeah. So although we thought we were insider
Just kidding.
trading, there is another layer of insider trading. But it didn't matter. I think I counted, we were like number 25 in the line, but we got the signed poster and I have it here. And to be honest, this is my first time looking at it. So I will look at it with you guys here live on our show. So dun,
Aww.
dun, dun.
Oh, I wish I could have that Pump It Up song playing right now. Gotta pump it
I was
up.
playing
You
that
know, pump
yesterday.
it up. Don't you know?
I need to lay this
That's
out,
pretty
but
cool.
let's take this bit by bit here. So, can I? So here, and this is like, it feels. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a print, but it almost feels like it was a paint. Like the ink is very thick. So, it's not that thick of a poster, but the ink itself is very thick, where it makes the artwork that's on it very defined and colorful. You can see all the bold colors, but you've got, I mean, Kamala on there. Is that like a blue Pepe? I don't know. You got
Yeah, it looks kind of like it.
a Trump and Kamala like half face. You got Kamala with a, I think that's Biden, like Biden as an angel.
Like a Cupid or angel. Actually, I was gonna say that one of Kamala and Biden. That one was one of these stickers that also came,
Oh
that was
yeah.
dropped, because I got a lot of the stickers also. Um, and maybe one of those stickers we could could be part of the giveaway. But that one right there on the poster was one of the stickers that I picked up.
Yes. And guys, for if anyone's been to a Beeple event, this was the first time that he actually did stickers. So he's done these like literal airdrop prints every time, but this was the first time where he did a literal airdrop of these mini stickers. And so, like Creator said, this was one of the stickers that came down. I don't know how many, but maybe now I'm thinking maybe the stickers, maybe this is the full collection. No, it's not. It's not the full collection, because I had different ones. But oh my god, guys, like this is unhinged. Like this Trump naked on the computer watching the elections. There's Hillary holding a baby Trump. There's fat Trump, with the cats and dogs with Kamala. And guys, I don't know how he felt about this, but come on, like Thread Guy made it. Put Lorenzo or me and Creatress on there next time. People, come on.
That's one thing I didn't do, was introduce myself to people again. We've talked at least 3 different times at different events. So, but I never expect people to remember my name. But I did forget to tell them my name this time. Oh well. Next time.
There will be more
One day.
opportunities. There's
One
New
day I'll be
Day.
as cool as Thread Guy, maybe.
And
But hey, I kind
there's
of unofficially made it into the art, but just like no one knows because it's just a butterfly, you know.
It's okay.
You gotta know to know.
Only the
If
real
you
ones
know,
will
you know.
know. The only the real ones. And then dun, da, 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 there's his signature in silver and glitter.
Wow.
That is Winkleman with his signature. So
Nice.
and I think Top Shot like got multiple. It was supposed to be one per person. Obviously, he hired his 2 students, so there's 3. But I could have sworn I saw him have at least 5. So
Well, yeah. Also, people were being real careless with their stuff, it seems like.
That's the thing too, guys. When we went, I would say like literally 95, even up to 98% of that crowd was not crypto degen people. These were locals. As it was meant to be, right? He was having this event. It was free. It was public. All you had to do was RSVP.
Yeah.
So if you just wanted to attend, whether you were in town or lived there, you could have came, and you didn't have to
Right.
own an NFT from any particular project. Because usually when he does his events, they're token gated. You have to have either a Beeple NFT, or you have to own like a punk, sometimes a crypto punk. Sometimes you have
Right.
to hold onto Pepe. Like there's different qualifications sometimes to get to his events. So with this one, it was open to the public. And yeah, like literally 95 to 98% of those people were not crypto. So surprisingly, and to the benefit of us, they didn't realize that like these prints and these stickers and the airdrops, how valuable they could be. And so there was tons left on tables, on the couches, on the floor. There was even some people stepping on the prints, the airdropped ones, just like walking over them. And I'm like, oh no, And it wasn't until towards the end, and thank God people did it towards the end, because he was signing some of the airdropped prints. For those who didn't get the first 100, there was an
Right.
opportunity where you could get the printed ones that airdropped, signed by him. And so if he would have done it in the beginning when it was crowded, nah, people would have gotten hurt, injured, who knows what. But because like as the night went on, all the non-crypto people like left the event. So the people who like were there to the end, you could tell, these are our people. These are the
Right.
deacons. Or either they were like just intrigued by the event and stayed till the end. So I did educate at least 2 to 3 people about how valuable these artworks could be. I had this one guy next to me saying like, are these gonna be worth something someday? And I was like, just go on eBay. And he's like, can I get your number? Can I call you so you can teach me how to sell things on eBay? Because I told him how I sold one of Beeple's Christmas presents in December for $250. And he's like, how did you do that? And I was like, well, if you want a consultation, you got to pay for my time. So he learned a little bit, and then I told a couple ladies to my left about like the edition numbers. They didn't even realize that there was like 850 prints of the like more common ones, and like the lower number you had, the more it could be. And so then they started looking like, oh my God. And they were getting all crazy. They're like, oh, I have edition 140 out of 840. And they're like, is that really good? And I'm like, well, I looked at my prints, and the lowest numbers that I had was number 33 out of 850 and number 55 out of 850. Yeah. So
Those are good numbers.
I had better numbers than they did. But hey, it's also too sometimes not even about the edition number. It could be like what kind of art he makes on the thing, and who knows? Who knows? But yeah, we've gone over our time today. But we could go on and on. Like I said, we could have like a special episode dedicated to all the little things about our trip, because we didn't even talk about like other things that we did outside of the election night. Yeah, we'll continue that on our next episode for you guys. And of course, we will bring you the hot news of not just crypto and NFTs, but also what's happening in pop culture, space tech in general. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed our show today. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. We had 155 people who tuned into our show today. Thank you to 10KTF Teaching Tuesdays, Ground Game Strong for sponsoring our show. And of course, thank you to Stand With Crypto, who sponsored us to be out there for Beeple's Night Election and to host the workshop. So we love it, and stay tuned for the next show. Next Tuesday, we'll have more updates for you guys about Italy and maybe Vegas. I might be going to Vegas the same weekend.
But for sure, you can catch us. Our upcoming events are Italy, the Global Art Exhibition in Mezzo Lombardo, in collaboration with the municipality of Mezzo Lombardo, I found out, actually. And that's where I'll be performing at the Castello della Torre. So that'll be on the 19th, that'll be on the 24th of November.
Yeah.
And then Vegas possibly that same week.
Yep.
Stay tuned on confirmation on Vegas, but I won't be there. That'll be Val.
Yep. I may be there for the F1 racing, which they will have a car fully decked out with ape coins. So a lot of apes will be out there. There's going to be an immersive experience at the Area 51 art exhibition. And there's also like VIP parties that are happening. So it's kind of sounds like a cool party.
Wait, when is this exactly?
This is next week. Thursday the 21st through the 23rd is the races. So yeah, me and Keegan may be out there. Stay tuned.
Okay.
We're still trying to see and figure it out. But
I will definitely not be there because that's exactly when I'll be in Italy. So now I got a little FOMO, but I ain't gonna think about that.
I mean, shoot, I'm gonna have FOMO. I'm not in Italy because I did have the opportunity to accompany you, and I passed up on that. So
had to. You know, we gotta get our things in order. But next year we're going international together. So stay
international,
tuned
yep.
But before next year, we've got Basel. So don't forget, we are going to Basel in December. If you'd like to, like we said earlier, sponsor a live stream or just hire us to live stream your event. Or if you want to sponsor an episode or a segment, have your brand like this ticker down there showing off whatever you got going on, get in touch. We're here for it.
Yep. And if you want, hit us up if you need promotion opportunities. I will just say it now. It's not officially announced, but you'll get the alpha, guys. I am working with hip hop legend Redman during Bit Basel. So we are going to have a gaming tournament. This is not Web3, so we'll have a Y2K PlayStation gaming tournament, but there may be crypto involved as far as prize pools and NFTs to win. So stay tuned. Look out for those official announcements when they come out. But you guys get the first inside look. And so, yeah, if you want some, some opportunities for promotion, if you have a brand, a project, a company that needs some marketing, hit me up and maybe we can put you in that gaming tournament with Redman. And, Redman can make some special videos dedicated to your company or your brand and tweet you out, and get some leads there. So, hey, it's us. There's layers to this. We've got connections. We've got a network. And don't fade us because we're doing things. But without that being said, we'll see you guys next time. Next
Toad Tuesday.
Yes, make sure you eat a taco and pet a toad. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Next Tuesday.
Bye. Tuesday. Bye. I'm gonna move